Thanos gathered the Infinity Stones so that he could snap his fingers and transfer a few of our beloved Marvel heroes and villains to that great box office ticket window in the sky. But how dead are they? Really? People die, but everyone who perishes in Avengers Endgame is not really dead. Hey folks, welcome back to another fascinating episode of Movie Kings. In today's video, we will talk about the all characters that died in Infinity War. Before we delve into it, don't forget to drop a like. If you are new here, don't forget to smash the subscribers button and turn on the notifications for more exciting content. The initial shock left a few fans thinking that they were actually gone for good. However, some of them made their way back for the feel-good ass whooping of the year in the peak of Endgame. A few characters met their exact physical end, with a body to bury and everything. So, goodbye to Black Widow, Iron Man, and the rest. The whole time travel factor makes things tricky. Avengers Endgame jumps ahead 5 years after the events of Infinity War. The Avengers have to come up with a way to summon their friends back to life. They comprehend how to travel back through time and collect the Infinity Stones for themselves. Basically, everyone who is dead here is, like, really dead, alive and resurrected at the end of Avengers Endgame. So here we go. SpiderMan.
I don't feel so good.
The most heartbreaking death in Infinity War is undoubtedly that of Spider-Man. Peter Parker is in the youngest and most friendly neighborhood of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe heroes. Spider-Man looks at his mentor, Tony Stark, as he goes, "Mr. Stark, I don't feel good." Before he disappears into thin air, he says, "Sorry." This emotional scene was the beginning of Thanos' finger snap. Just like that, he is gone. He vanishes into thin air, leaving us all heartbroken. Black Panther. Black Panther, or T'Challa, played by Chadwick Boseman, makes a regal reappearance right when Captain America looks like he's about to face Thanos alone. Last we saw T'Challa, he was looking over Wakanda with Shuri Letitia Wright and his mother Ramonda, who was played by Angela Bassett. He simply snapped out of existence. Vision. Vision was far more than a robot. Vision is an artificial intelligence powered by an Infinity Stone. He's the most worthy of all the MCU heroes, judging by how easily he could lift Thor's hammer in Age of Ultron. He was killed when Thanos pulled the Mind Stone from his head, right after being resurrected by Thanos after being destroyed by the Scarlet Witch. Thanos crushed Vision's skull in order to gain the Mind Stone in that movie. And Vision does not return to Avengers Endgame in Avengers opening scenes Infinity War. Loki is half-brother to Thor, a perpetual trickster, and the most untrustworthy of all the MCU heroes. He was killed by Thanos in space, in front of Thor. Thanos also killed Loki, promising no resurrections this time.
No resurrections this time.
Heimdall. Thor's friend Heimdall, played by Idris Elba, was murdered by Thanos and his children when they invaded Thor's ship. Like the other characters who were murdered by Thanos, Heimdall does not re-enter when Hulk uses the Infinity Stones to return those who perished. Gamora. Gamora dies in Infinity War. However, a version of Gamora returns in Endgame. Gamora, who went with Thanos from 2014 to 2023, helps overthrow her father. Since Gamora encountered along with the good guys, she probably remained, but it's unclear where she might be at that finish of the film. This Gamora of 2014 has not entirely made the jump to her father's full-on defense, although she certainly condoles with present-day good Nebula. She also conveys a sudden and out-and-out kick in the junk to Peter Quill because she doesn't have any of our Gamora's thoughts of their time together. Nick Fury. Nick Fury is the man behind the Avengers. From conception on ahead, the darkest of all the MCU heroes, the shocking moment came in Captain America Winter Soldier when Nick Fury is assassinated by Winter Soldier. Later, Fury is pronounced dead, and the sad scene follows with Black Widow being deeply concerned about seeing his body, but it was all just a mislead. Later in the movie, it was exposed that Fury never died at all. He forged his death and allowed the world to believe that the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. was dead. Nick Fury departed again in the post-credits scene of Avengers: Infinity War. However, this time it was real. After assembling the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos wiped out half of everyone in the universe with the snap of his fingers. Among the casualties was Nick Fury. Fury died seconds before sending out a call to Captain Marvel. The Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff, or the Scarlet Witch, is the telekinetic and telepathic manipulator who turned from misguided villain to hero in realizing that the Avengers were, in reality, the good guys. Perhaps one of the most powerful of all the MCU heroes. The last we see of Wanda is her disintegrating as she held Vision's lifeless body after the snap. Star-Lord, Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, is half human and half celestial. Also the most self-conscious character of all the MCU. The hot-headed Star-Lord disintegrated along with most of the other Guardians of the Galaxy after having thoroughly botched the battle to keep Thanos from getting the Time Stone on Titan. Drax, played by Dave Bautista, is a former criminal who lived for revenge upon Ronan the Accuser. Later, he accused Thanos of his family's demise. He is also the most easily amused of all the MCU heroes. Drax, along with the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy, did his best to fight against Thanos and guard the Time Stone, but it was to no avail, and when Thanos snapped his fingers, Drax was one of the losses. Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, Captain America's best friend, also a former human killing machine. After he was brainwashed by the Hydra, Bucky, also the most conflicted member of the MCU, was living in Wakanda undergoing therapy to recover from the programming he was put under as the Winter Soldier. In his last moments, he was fighting the army of Thanos alongside Captain America, Black Panther, and Sam, when he was also snapped out of existence. Falcon, Sam Wilson, former PTSD counselor, Captain America's closest confidant, who turned into a high-flying superhero. The Falcon. He is also the most level-headed of all the MCU heroes. He spent most of his time as Captain America's secret Avenger. He was also fighting the army of Thanos and Thanos himself in Wakanda alongside the other Avengers, when he was also snapped out of existence. Shuri is the little sister to the Black Panther and the most intelligent of all the MCU heroes. The cause for her death is unclear, but either way, it is an unfortunate end for a woman who had shown herself to be the scientific superior of both Bruce Banner and Tony Stark by proposing solutions neither had contemplated. She was either killed in defending the Vision or she was snapped out of existence. Mantis is a relative novice to events. Mantis is an empathic alien who can also subtly shape emotion through touch. The most passionate of all the MCU heroes.
Please don't put your eggs in me!
Mantis turned into dust on the planet Titan after having fought to no avail to keep Thanos' hands off the Time Stone. Groot. The Groot is a talking tree. Although he doesn't say that much, he is blessed with both a big heart and the ability to shapeshift as far as you're scanning for something made out of wood, and is the most monosyllabic of all the MCU heroes. He sacrificed his arm so that it could become the handle for Thor's new hammer, Stormbreaker. However, it grew back, although he did turn to dust almost immediately afterward.
No. Groot. No.
Doctor Strange uses his powers to create holes in the space-time continuum to bring all the Marvel characters who once disappeared back in the fight against Thanos. He was fighting alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, and SpiderMan in Thanos' planet Titan against Thanos to acquire the Infinity Gauntlet. However, he was also snapped out of existence.
There was no other way.
A heartbreaking number of characters turned into dust. The deaths in Avengers are confusing and tricky because of the time-traveling element. As the Avengers reform the past, new parallel universes branch off, building new spin-off opportunities for once-dead characters. And, of course, their mission involved some sacrifice. Real sacrifice. Several of the original Avengers died in their mission to bring back their disappeared fellow heroes. After refreshing your memory, whose death was most heartbreaking for you? Whose death made you most sad? Which all characters do you think deserved it? Please do let us know in the comment box below. Don't forget to drop like. If you're new here, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification for more exciting content. See you soon with the next video. Until then, bye-bye.